Hey everybody, welcome to MUSE TV. We are back and we got a familiar face coming back to MUSE TV. We got Melissa Barrera. She's in a new film that's going to be coming out at the New York Latino Film Festival. It's All the World is Sleeping. Melissa, how are you doing? What a great year you're having, first of all. But how are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be talking to you after 3 years.
Yes, exactly.
Crazy.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. First of all, this role, I saw the trailer a few months ago and I forgot who gave it to me. And when I got to see the movie, this is probably one of your strongest roles I've seen so far. You really pushed the envelope. What was it about being a part of this film?
Thank you. That means a lot. It really it is one of the hardest things I've ever done. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone, and it made me um stretch myself in ways that I never thought I could. And it was because I was being guided by a wonderful director and by the 7 women whose stories Chama represents.
Mhm.
They were all there with us. And it was a beautiful thing. It was very selfless of them and very brave of them to share their lives with me and to share their experiences and to relive them in a way through me while we were shooting. I'm always attracted to roles. I think as actors, we want to be pushed. We want to be able to transform, and we want to be able to do things that scare us. At least that's what I always look for. And when I read the script for All the World is Sleeping, I fell in love. I was like, I have to be a part of this movie. And I was a little bit scared. We shot this in 2018.
Mhm.
So at the time, I was way younger. I had just gotten to LA. I had shot 1 season of Vida, but it wasn't even out yet when
Mhm.
I started shooting the movie. Um, and I usually, when I read a role that I really love, what I get back is, we're going to offer it to whoever famous person. It's really, we don't get the chance when you're starting out. You don't get a chance to do like meaty roles like this,
Mhm.
but it was an indie movie,
Yeah.
like a really small, low budget, commissioned by the nonprofit Bold Futures to tell
Mhm.
this story and to like bring it out to the world. Um, and Ryan saw something in me and trusted me with it, and I'm so grateful because it really was life changing to be a part of this movie.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that, like, to the general public, it'll look like they don't realize when this was filmed. It looks like the progression in your career.
Yeah.
And that's what's the beauty of the film in theater. What was it about the script though? Like when you read the script, because it is very hard subject matter, and especially subject matter that has been occurring not only in the Latino community, but in communities all across the country. Um,
Yeah, I connected so deeply with Chama, and it scared me
mhm,
because during the entire movie you're in her head,
mhm,
right? You're
yes,
you're you're privy to her every thought. You see the
mhm,
way that she reasons with herself. You see
mhm,
what is going through her mind every time that she makes a big decision, and how she talks to herself basically. And I realized that I am so much like her, and it scared me because I talk to myself in the same way, and I use the same tricks with myself to move through
mhm,
life. And it scared me that I have such a different life to hers.
mhm,
And I realized that it's really a lucky thing where you're born, what family you're born into, and where you are born. Because I was
mhm.
like, if I had been born in a family that had a pattern of generational substance abuse, I might have been Chama.
Yeah.
And that's what really struck me about the script. I was like, I'm so much like this person, but our lives ended up so differently. Why is that?
Mhm,
And I wanted other people to feel that too, to feel how lucky you are if you're not in that situation, but also to feel like it's not your fault if you are,
mhm,
because it's so hard to break out of these patterns if that's all you know. you know, if that's what you see growing up and if that's what you're exposed to. And 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 the fact that these women that that Chama represents have broken out of those patterns, have fought for their lives and for their family, is the bravest thing
Mhm.
ever. And
Yeah,
I think that should be recognized.
yeah, I agree. I agree. And to go into the next question on this, what does it feel like? We've seen like a grid of very strong growth in Latino film and Latino film directors when it comes to independent films. We're seeing a lot of change. Slow, but it's changing, and we're seeing this strength. With it being the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, what are your thoughts on the fact of the growth of Latino directors who are really just taking the chances, and some of them even being like Prince and saying, "We're not going to go with the major studios. We're going to try and find and self-finance this."
I think it's beautiful. And I think sometimes the best way to do it is to do it on your own because you have the power and you have
Mhm.
the control of the narrative that you're trying to put out into the world. And there's a great responsibility that comes with the stories that you choose to put out, especially when you're from a community like ours
Mhm.
that has such few things on screen, that whatever we put out there means so much more and has so much weight because we're all so hungry for it. You know, we saw it happen within the Heights. Everyone
Yes.
was like, "Oh my God, this movie," and then it comes out, and like half the community is like, "Nah, no, it didn't represent correctly." You know, it's like we get so nitpicky because we have
Mhm.
such few things to pull from.
Yeah.
And so I think it's beautiful that festivals like the New York Latino Film Festival, like the LA Latino Film Festival,
Mhm.
are encouraging new filmmakers to 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 take a chance and to tell their stories and to take the risk of like, you know what, I don't feel like I'm ready to direct, but if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. And there's platforms for you. Like these festivals are proving that they're there for us, you know,
Yeah.
that they're there to give us that opportunity, to give us that premiere, to make us feel like there's that our film is not going to go unseen and is not going to get lost in the mix. We are going to have an audience for you. So I think it's beautiful to see the growth and to see, because there's so much talent in our community.
Mhm.
There's so much talent and so many stories to tell still.
I I agree. I agree with you 100% because I'm seeing we saw that within the Heights too, and I'm like, we are on screen, and this is a major motion picture. We have All the World Is Sleeping. Go and support it. Go out and be a part of it, because if we don't support it, these films aren't going to get bigger pickups and things like that. And that's the one thing I'm hoping this film gets a big pickup, because you are amazing in it. The whole cast is amazing. It's a great story. Uh, I was gonna delve into something that you're working on now, but I was like, nah, we're gonna save that. We need to hold
Okay,
something back for the next time we talk.
great.
But Melissa, thank you so much for being a part of Muse TV.
Thank
Uh, All the World Is Sleeping is premiering at the New York Film Festival. What day? Do you have a screening date yet?
Yeah, Thursday, September 16th. So tomorrow, I don't know when this is coming out, but Thursday, September 16th at 7 p.m. is our screening. If you're in New York, go support. It's a beautiful story about hope. Um, and if you have any loved ones or history of addiction, I hope this movie makes you feel seen and makes you feel valuable and powerful, because that's, I think, what the women of bold futures want you to feel.
Awesome, Melissa. Keep up the amazing work. Keep pushing. Keep striving. We're always, whatever you have, you will need us to support you. We will. And
Thank
thank you for being a part of this.
thank you so much. I
No
appreciate it.
problem.
Bye.